Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Barcelona beta save, and welcome back to the Champions League. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can get more and more of this good stuff. But let's jump into it straight away. We've got Sporting Lisbon today. Before we get there, let's show you kind of how we got to this point, how we've got to top of the league, and where things stand. So if we take a look at the schedule, as I mentioned, we're top of the league now. We're 2 points clear at the top. So it's all in our hands now when it comes to the league itself. Valencia and Levante have obviously dropped points, which meant that we were able to leapfrog them and get top. We've obviously won 2 competitions already. The league is looking more and more likely every day, but there's still the Champions League to look at. So after our Spanish Cup final win, we beat Vallecano 3-0. Very, very comfortable win there after a player of theirs got sent off. And then also a 2-0 win against Granada, another comfortable win. We've then played Sporting. Now, we've had a hell of a lot of injuries and a hell of a lot of fitness issues over the last couple of weeks. And not to make any excuses, but that is exactly why we ended up losing 2-0. We had to change things around formation-wise to try and fit the players into more comfortable positions. Ended up losing 2-0 away from home. We then bounced back against Elche. We went 2-0 up. And in the 93rd minute, they got a consolation goal, but was pretty comfortable. And today, we've got Sporting at home in the second leg. We've got 2-0 deficit to overturn, and it might be a challenge. The reason for that is if you look at the squad we've got and the fitness and condition of players, they're very, very jaded. We've got lots of players injured. We've got lots of players with very low fitness to game ratio readiness, I should say. But let's jump in and show you the team. So you've got ter Stegen in goal, as usual. Dest, who's looking jaded at right back. He's come in there. Unfortunately, we haven't got anyone else who can play in there, really. You've got John Stones and Frankie de Jong playing at centre-back. Frankie has dropped back into centre-half purely because I'm a bit concerned about the other centre-backs playing there. Ramos Mingo's played a couple of games. He hasn't been great after coming up from the B team. He's still young, but still not fantastic. And then Samuel Umtiti, who's looking really jaded, really not very sharp at all. So I thought Frankie can sit back there and hopefully dictate the play from the back. Jordi Alba's at left back. Sergio Busquets at defensive midfield with Pedri and Nico in front of him. Coutinho and Depay ahead of them with Sergio Aguero up top. We have got the likes of Gavi, Demir's back as well, along with Puig, Balde, and Ilias is also back. So they may be able to come on at some point in the game to hopefully just help secure things, because I'm hoping we'll just be better and beat them, but we'll have to see. Let's jump in then and take a look. Hopefully we can get us through to the final of the Champions League with a win here. Aguero, like I say before, he hasn't been fantastic this season, so it'll be interesting to see how he does today. They are playing a 5 at the back. I'm hoping that with that 5 at the back, we can kind of exploit the space in the midfield with the retention on the ball. But there's only one way to really go and find out. But we're going forward straight away. Dest into Coutinho. Dest still got it on that right-hand side. Back to Stones, who's got loads of time and space on the ball here. He's going to look inside to Sergio Busquets, into Pedri, who again turns and finds de Jong, who lifts it out wide to Dest, who's again got plenty of time there, but looks around the corner to Pedri, who's going to fire that across. It's blocked, and then the keepers had to tip it over the bar, as it looked like it was almost ready to lob him there. So quite a nice little start to the game in the first 10 minutes. Memphis Depay with the corner kick into Pedri at the back post, who isn't able to get there, and it looks like it's just gone over and out for a goal kick for Sporting. All right, so a free kick now for us. Aguero's won that, and that is a very, very good sign. Coutinho, can you top it, put it in the top bins? Not quite, as it looks like it's ricocheted off the bar, and they were able to clear it in the end, but a lovely, lovely first effort. Another corner here. It could be a short one, actually, with Memphis Depay receiving it from Jordi Alba. Their player on the line didn't move, so he was stayed onside. It's cut back to Coutinho, who's hit the post. Can we get onto that? Kun Aguero's not able to quite get onto it enough to get a shot away. I mean, the ball's lifted to Coutinho, whose height is definitely at a disadvantage in comparison to their defence. and it is still 0-0. A challenge by Quartes. It looks like a free kick's being pulled back though for a bit earlier on, and we've got another free kick effort. Coutinho, can he make this one count? He does. There it is. That is 1-0. We are on the path back to being in control of the game. We've dominated so far in the half. With half an hour gone, we've got one goal from a free kick. Coutinho with it. It's a lovely free kick, curling away from the goalkeeper, and we lead. It's Sporting with a corner now, though, and it is headed towards goal, but ter Stegen's able to just watch that over the bar. I mean, the domination is still in full force for us, really, but a 40% possession. We're not used to having less possession than the opposition. I think we might have to switch Dest off, even though he's performed very, very well. We'll have to see if anyone else can play at right back at all. I'm not overly confident that they will be able to, just because, yeah, it's not likely, is it, really? I guess what we can do is put John Stones there. I'm pretty sure he's played at right back before for teams. We'll leave him as that. He's good on the ball, so there's no reason really why he shouldn't be any good there. But we'll leave it at that as the only change for now, because the rest of the team's done okay. Hopefully they can up their game in the second half, get the second goal, and get us back in the game fully. With John Stones on this right-hand side, 4 minutes into the second half. It's a poor pass back, but Stones wins it back nicely. Coutinho now, back to Stones, into De Jong, who's still playing at centre-half. He's coming inside, into Pedri. He's going to look out to Jordi Alba, who, again, plenty of time. I mean, Memphis Depay, but he is miles off. He was miles. You don't even have to look at VAR, surely. He looked miles off there. No way that's going to be confirmed to stay a goal after the review. So there you go. We'll take a look. But, I mean, it was so far offside. I don't even know why Jordi Alba... Look at... Where is he? Why... How many yards offside do you want to be? That is dreadful. No idea of the situation he was in. But a free kick deep for Sporting. Hopefully this is one where we're going to be able to nab it quite high up the pitch rather than them coming forward and getting an attack on us, on our goal. But John Stones having to do some defensive work now at right back. Not overly used to it. And Nuno Santos is causing him a bit of problem. Stones is with him, though. He's not quite close enough. Paulinho's got the header away. It's off the bar. That is a warning sign that if we don't concentrate, we could end up conceding. But we do look like we're going to break here. Pedri over the top to Aguero, who shoots. It is blocked by Adan, and it is kept at 1-0. Strike probably wasn't the best. Should have maybe taken it forward a little bit more. But the domination in the game is still unbelievable when you're looking at it. I think what we'll do is we'll pop Depay up top, actually. Take Aguero off because he's been very poor. And Ilias can come on. I almost brought on Balde there. And we'll also bring on Gavi as well. And pop Nico slightly further back. Hopefully that will sharpen things up again, give us a bit more legs to go again. I mean, they've had their first shot on target after 70 minutes. Oh, I'm going to be so upset if we don't get a second goal here. With the amount of shots on target we've had, it's quite ridiculous. I will go very attacking. I don't want to change too much because what's the point? But the point is that we haven't had a goal yet. And I don't think we're going to. Oh, I'm devastated. It was because of that first game that really shot ourselves in the foot. I don't know how to react to that. Look at those stats. We've been properly FM there, I think. I think we've been mugged off quite a lot. But there you go. We reached the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm gutted we couldn't make it all the way to the final. But I'm still pretty impressed that we've managed to get there after such a poor start in the league itself. We got £10 million, which is good. And that will help the finances. Still negative £50 million, though. Probably because of the John Stones transfer. I'll be honest, I've probably made a bit of an issue for myself there. I'll move all the transfer budget over to the wage budget to try and reduce it just a bit. Club vision-wise, though, they're looking pretty happy with how we're doing. First knockout round is all they wanted for the Champions League, and we've got all the way to semis, so great. Past everything else. Win the division on course by the end of season 2022-23. not bad. And challenge for the Champions Cup, we've already passed. So, I mean, we're pretty comfortable there. Not too bad. Play high-tempo football, all of that sort of stuff, we're good. Develop players using the club's youth system, something that we can't really do in the first season anyway, but we have brought up a bunch of players from the academy as is, and work within wage budget, which we're on course apparently, even though I think we're a little bit off that now, but we've done all right the rest of the season. Unfortunately, Gerard Piqué was out for a while, but it looks like he is going to start coming back now. Ansu Fati's been out for a while as well, and they're two of the key players that have been in the side of recent. We have got Atletico Madrid coming up, but I will leave it there. We are, as I've mentioned previously, 2 points clear at the top at the moment, but a big game right at the end of the season we will come back for is the Real San Sebastian. So what I'll do instead of playing Atletico Madrid, we'll jump straight to the end of the season, and I'll give you the end of season roundup as well. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have... It's gone down to the final day. That's all I can really say. If we beat Real Sociedad, we've won the league effectively. We drew against Atletico Madrid, 0-0. Boring game, nothing really to say about. And then Mallorca, we beat 3-0. A comfortable, very comfortable win. Ilias getting his first goal since coming back as well, which is quite nice to see. We've had some issues with regards to the squad, injury-wise and fitness-wise. So we've had to kind of manipulate things a little bit. We have brought in Mikwi Joanola, who's a player from our under 18s or under 19s, 19 years old. He's average at best, but he's the best option we've got there. I've tried looking at any of our other boys, see if anyone can play at fullback at all. They can't. I might as well play the youngster there. I just might as well. Balde's on the other side, and Titi and Araujo are playing in the middle because unfortunately Stones needs a rest. He just isn't up to scratch, and Gerard Piqué needs a bit of fitness still. Then we've got Nico in front with Frankie de Jong and Pedri in the middle. Ilias will be playing on the right, Dembele on the left, and then Depay up top. And again, Ansu Fati still not back from injury. Dest and Roberto are both out. That's why our right back's having to come in of Ginola. And then obviously Alba as well. They're out for the count. We've got plenty of players on the bench that should hopefully be able to make things happen though, with Yusuf Demir there as well, who's been pretty good as well coming back. But like I say, if we get the win, we can pretty much secure the victory of the league. I think there might be a case that if they score a massive amount of goals and we win, they could overtake us on goal difference. But at the moment, it is pretty much in our hands with regards to things. But they're not going to be easy. They're sitting in fifth. They're going to be wanting the Champions League spot. They've got the likes of David Silva and Origi, who's been apparently pretty good this season. So they're a team to watch out for, and they can absolutely leapfrog Atletico Madrid if they do well enough to come in the top four. So that's what they'll be wanting to do. They need to try and get a win themselves. But we are here to stop them and here to win the game ourselves. If Valencia end up losing, great, which it looks like they have to start with. So, I mean, that's very good for us. That's not so good. Robin Lenormand getting a goal in the first 10 minutes from a corner. David Silva with the assist. That's not great. Yeah, that's really not great. Let's skip that. I don't want to see that again. We're staying top, I think, but only because Valencia is losing to Alaves. So, yeah, I think we're lucky at the moment. We need to really get a goal, at least to start drawing, to make it a bit more comfortable. I don't want to lose the last game and it end up being a fluke if we get it, because I'm not even sure it will be enough to just rely on Valencia, because I'm pretty sure they'll come back. So we've got to really make something happen. Ball day into Titi. We're keeping the ball nicely at the back here at the moment. Hopefully we don't push it for too long. Araujo receives that ball. Can he look further on? He's played it into Frankie de Jong. Back to Araujo again. It's short pass in play, but it's absolutely fine. Like I said before, as long as we make it count when we do go forward, that's all that really matters. If we take a little while to get there, we're just waiting for that gap, and then it's go time, and the boys like to move it forward quickly in those short passes, short triangles. Lovely ball inside to Pedri. He's going to take his time again, go back to Nico, who does play it out to Baldy, who I'm sure will go back once again. Or not. He's taken the man on. He's flicked it through to Ousmane Dembele, and there it is. That's the leveller. He spotted something I couldn't, and that's why he's on the pitch, and I'm not. That's for sure. But a lovely finish by Dembele. He started to show why he should be in the team. Still a lot of money to be spending on him week in, week out. But, I mean, we've got a raised transfer budget and wage budget for next season, so we might be able to get away with it fitting in our transfer and wage budgets. But that's a fantastic one to score. Valencia is still 1-0 down, so that's excellent. And Levante are drawn with Atletico Madrid, so no real concerns at the moment, although they have just gone ahead, but we are still above them on the goal difference, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. Ilias we will take off, and Yusuf Demir can come on in this game. Ilias hasn't done too much after his goal in the last game, and we are looking on top a bit more now, which is good. 1-1, I mean, it's okay for now, but like I say, if Valencia score again, it won't be enough to win us the title. But they will look to come forward here, but it looks like, oh, that was weird. An odd challenge by Joanola. He kind of won it and then didn't continue with it. But Barentexia is one of the top 50 next-gen footballers. That's a really cool thing that's in the game this year as well. I love that. I've scouted a few players from that already, ready for next season. So that's exciting and interesting. But he's one of them. He was in that lineup. So it's someone to keep an eye out for. But this side, it's Gorazabel, who's crossed that in. Origi's in there. It is headed clear. And now Pedri, can we break on the counter? We've got lots of players moving forward. Memphis Depay's played forward. He's on the left-hand side, so he will have to do it on his own for now. He does well to get past Lucindo, and then De Jong with the header, and he's arrived late in the box to head it home, to make it 2-1, make things just a little bit more comfortable for us now, and we're kind of able to just take the game to where we want to take it to. Memphis Depay does very, very well. The defender comes flying in for a challenge. He turns him nicely and then dinks it into De Jong, who's arrived there and heads it past the keeper, who has got no chance on stopping that one. So a great turnaround to start with. Are we able to keep that going and prevent them from getting a comeback and getting a goal again to level things? That would be nice. Balde goes in with a flying challenge. It isn't connecting, and that ball over the top means that now it's Barentexia, who we spoke about before, against Joanola, who's making his debut today on the last game of the season. It's coming to Origi. Thankfully, it is Origi, and he has missed. That was a big opportunity for them to level things up and have an opportunity at going above Atletico Madrid, although it's currently still looking like it's Atletico's to lose. A ball in, doesn't find Demir, but Araujo is able to get onto that. Pedri coming forward down the right-hand side this time. Fires the ball across. Memphis Depay heads over. Isn't quite able to get it on target. With 20 minutes to go, we will look to make a few changes. I think it's time to kind of mix things up slightly, give some players a bit of legs on the pitch. So Gavi's going to come on for De Jong, the goal scorer, and Coutinho as well will be popping onto the pitch for Dembele, who's the other goal scorer. So we've taken the two goal scorers off. It's a questionable move. I'll be honest. It is questionable, thinking about it now. But I think we'll be fine. Joanola doing very well there. It's a good challenge. He's not really been troubled too much. There's been a couple of times where they've got down that side and got a ball in, but with stuff like that, I'm pretty happy with that. He's done well, the young lad, on his debut for the club. Titi coming forward now. 20 minutes to go. We're still looking for a third, just to give us that cushion going forward. Ousmane Dembele still obviously on the pitch until the substitution happens. Can he provide a goal? It is a header by Demir, but it isn't powerful enough. He went for a kind of looped effort to go over the far side, but wasn't quite enough on it to get it over the keeper. 2 minutes to go now, though, and we're getting there. It is nearly there with regards to us winning this league. 6 minutes now. Memphis Depay with the corner. Where's he going to look to go? Valencia have leveled things against Alaves, so we need to keep this lead, really. Demir coming forward. Can he get a shot away? He does. It's just wide of the post. Keeper looks like he might have had it covered anyway, so no real concerns for them. But 5 minutes left. It's a long-range free kick. Can we deal with it? To Stegen, just about, maybe. Just about dealt with it. I mean, he had to save it, and he did, which has led to a corner. Time is ticking down, but Norman's getting another header. I mean, that could have been a second for him in this game, like identical to his first. But they've got another chance of doing it. Barentexia, again, ball in. Araujo this time heads clear. But Porto's going to get onto that. We're going to need a bit of pressure on him, Coutinho, if you're fancy being around there. It's out wide. Romero trying to take on Nico, but the ball is way too long for the cross. But they go again. It's Porto. Titi clears nicely there. But they come back at us again. Can we make a sub quickly just to run down the clock? We'll bring Quickly on there. And why not bring Aguero on for what could be his final game for us? As I'm not too fussed if we get rid of him, to be quite honest. There's a few players in there that I'm going to have a look at and see if we really want to keep and kind of what players we can maybe bring up or use in a different capacity. But Yusuf Demir plays it back out wide to Coutinho. Then there's Aguero, but it could be offside. It's being checked by VAR. I didn't think it was. I mean, the only player that would have been Coutinho because it was played back to Aguero. But there is every opportunity that it was offside when the pass came through to Coutinho. Yeah, I expect that's what it is. It can't have been Aguero, that's for sure. But it was a lovely move, that's for sure. We didn't get to see it. I'm going to say for sure again, because I've realised I've said that quite a lot, for sure. Sorloth now with the ball. Only 10 seconds left. We've got to be able to see this out now. Lenormand, their only goal scorer today, but the ball's played over the top, and Titi gets onto that quite nicely. Plays it back to Stegen, and then up to Araujo, who's got plenty of time on the ball. Not going to rush things. Going to let the clock just tick down a little bit. And then it's into Gavi, who's out wide to Joanola, who's been very good on his debut, I have to say. He's not had he wouldn't have had the easiest time with the players he's up against. But the ball's been found to Yusuf Demir. Can he get it across? He does. Aguero not able to quite get to the front post before the keeper. And it looks like it will end 2-1 with that kick of the game. Or not. It's our corner. Disallowed goal? What is going on? Oh, there you go. Finally, we get to see it. Yeah, it was Coutinho that was offside. That was really weird. But there you go. I think we might have... There's no trophy lifting that's happened there. Unless I've missed something. But it looks like we have done the double. 2 points clear at the top. There you go. We have won the league. I mean, after that awful start to the season, I'm very impressed with myself that we've managed to win the league with that. Awesome. Well... I tell you what, we've done pretty well there. We'll definitely be going into the next season, see if we can win the Champions League before the full game is released. With this Barcelona side, we got to the semi-finals. We won everything other than the Champions League, so that's quite exciting. We've got some things to defend as well as things to look at next. Win the first division, we've already got that one in the bag after a year ahead of schedule. But that's great, obviously having not won it for 3 years. But great stuff. We'll have to take a look at the kind of season review and how that looks. And here we are then. Barcelona end of season review 21-22. You can see the 3 trophies we won there. Lovely, lovely stuff. But let's take a look at this. Transfers in. The star man was John Stones. I mean, he was a great signing, to be fair. It might have cost us a shed load of money, but I think he really helped getting us to that trophy at the end of the season because of the amount of games we had to chop and change players. Otherwise, I mean, Kayes Ruiz only is Barcelona B. Depay was fantastic. Abdi didn't really see. Luke de Jong was, I mean, he scored 2 goals and got 2 assists in 3 games, 3 starts, which isn't bad, but he was never going to get that much game time. Aguero was very good, but again, I'm not too fussed on him. And I think signing Demir on a permanent was a great buy. Obviously losing Messi, Mariba to Debo as well. We sold the likes of Lenglet, Garcia and Mingueza, all for pretty cheap, to be honest there. We also sold Braithwaite as well. We did sell him on the cheap, but I'm not too bothered by that, to be honest. And Wague's gone now permanently to Lyon after hitting the 5-game total that was needed to trigger the purchase. Obviously, won the league there. Fantastic stuff. Got to the semi-final. I'm so gutted we didn't win that game against Sporting. It was one we could have won, really. I mean, we did win that game, so I don't know why it's red, but not bad at all. Spanish Cup, we obviously won as well, beating the 2 Madrid teams on the way there as well. And the Spanish Cup, again, beating Real and Atletico, even though the board aren't too bothered by that. It's good to always have a trophy in the cabinet. A fantastic win against Elche was our biggest of the season. And then the match to remember was against Sevilla later on. Goal of the season went to Depay against Valencia, which I believe was the first game of the season. So you'd have seen that one live and in full colour. Excellent stuff then. We can see Pedri, Ansu Fati, and Memphis Depay, Coutinho and Kun Aguero all being the biggest shirt sales. I mean, it's great to see Pedri and Ansu Fati up there because hopefully they'll be sticking around for a long time to come. So there'll be some big names in the world of Spanish football for sure. But this was our general lineup. Dest, Araujo, Piqué and Alba with Ter Stegen in goal. Yeah, Busquets, Nico and De Jong. Very, very good. Nico was very good this season, having come up from the B team. Depay and Fati, and then Aguero up top. I'm not sure why Aguero's there. I'd probably swap him out for someone else. But hey, he's there. He only played 16 games, so he wasn't quite up with everyone else. And Fati, to be fair, only played 26, but he actually turned up to games. But there you go. Fans player of the season was Memphis Depay. Young player Ronaldo Araujo, who I think we're going to get a lot of bids for in the summer. Signing was John Stones. Memphis Depay, goal of the season. Top goal scorer was Memphis Depay. Most assists, Memphis Depay. Player of the match was Memphis Depay. So he was obviously very, very influential in the season. Ronaldo Araujo with the highest rating and most passes completed per 90 was Piqué. Most assists by a player in a season. Record breaking 11. Ter Stegen got a most clean sheets. Most player of the match awards in a season was Araujo with 8. But then Depay also got 8. So I don't know. But otherwise, Sergio Roberto got 8 yellow cards, which apparently is the worst. World Goalkeeper of the Year and Spanish First Division Goalkeeper of the Year went to Ter Stegen as well. So that's very, very good to see that he is the best keeper in the world. 3 trophies, the Spanish First Division, Spanish Cup and Spanish Super Cup. All for us, which was very, very nice. But there you go. That is season 1 done. We'll probably be able to get one more season in before the full game is released. But until next time, I'll run you through kind of anything that happens in the closed season, as they say in America, the summer window. And I will see you then. But make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one.